Welcome to episode 20 of the Hot Mess Roundtable. This week we are doing a sanity check. So we're going to just
Hot mess sanity check.
Hot mess sanity check. Kind of check in and see how everyone's doing. But this week I am a hot mess because, as we always do, we started summer with Matt going away to drill for 2 weeks. So he just got back, and so we're just kind of starting our summer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Was that
worst
rough?
2 weeks of the year every year.
And it's always at the beginning of the summer?
It's always in June, like the first 2 weeks of June, pretty much 2 to 3 weeks. It depends on if it's a school he's going to or what. But this year it was just his like annual training with a new unit that he just joined.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was his first time being in this new unit, which is great. They're a little more high speed than what he was doing before. So he basically got to spend 2 weeks camping in a tent, shooting guns. So he, pretty high. It was hard work, but he enjoyed it.
Good. Where was
I did
he
not.
at? You did not?
I did not. He was at Fort Riley, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but he came back a day early and surprised me. So that was fun.
And she cried, said, thank God.
She handed him the baby.
She said, "Here you go."
Yeah, I already had him in bed, man. He walked
nice.
in. I was expecting him the next day, and he just walked in.
Oh,
So it was
good.
really nice. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard not having any type of reprieve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. To be like the single parent for 4 kiddos for 2 weeks. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, he's back.
My name's Jordan, and I feel like I could give you a list of like 50 reasons I'm a hot mess this week. So if you need one, Amanda, I've got
Okay.
you know,
I
a
might be
whole
covered this
list.
week, though.
I'm going to go with, okay, so first of all, we're a little out of practice because we took a couple weeks off
We did.
to enjoy a little summer break. And now we're back trying to record again. So I'm trying to learn how to run this soundboard again. And it's stressful. And my mother did not instill a lot of confidence in me. She was over here yesterday and she's like, you're going to have to go back to recording in the basement. And I was like, why? And she's like, it just didn't sound good. And I was like, oh.
You know what it sounded like to me? And I don't know if you guys thought this. It sounded honestly like we were outside enjoying the day. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, well, to her, it sounded bad.
Oh.
So
Thanks, KK.
thanks,
Appreciate
KK.
that.
We can always count on her to be very honest.
Very honest, yes.
So I decided that I was going to I hauled up all these extra comforters. Well, not all, two extra comforters and draped them over some extra chairs. So we're in a little makeshift blanket fort. And I feel like I've heard this works for other podcasters because it helps, like the soft surface helps absorb the sound so it doesn't bounce off of it so much. It's not quite so tinny. And I turned off the air conditioner and told you guys you're just going to have to sweat it out. And turned off the ice maker and anything else that would make noise. And so we're going to see how it goes because there's very little I'm not willing to try in order to stay out of the snake pit that is the basement.
Well, I'm a little worried about your husband upstairs, though, with no AC.
I'm not. I will tell you this. I have not seen a single snake this year because of my snake ball.
All right. I'll give it to you.
And I saw a news article that there's supposed to be like an increase in snake activity.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That is.
But I mean, it sounds like your snake balls are working. So.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a single one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Interesting.
That makes me happy.
I wonder if they've just like paralyzed the cats. So like they're not smelling the snakes to bring them in or something.
Either way works for me.
Whatever it's doing.
Whatever needs to happen there. I haven't seen any snakes.
That's so
Okay.
funny. Well, I'm Amanda, and this week I'm a hot mess because we have company coming in a week from Saturday, and I decided to paint my bathroom this weekend.
Oh, how fun.
I'm kind of excited about it. It's something I wanted to do for a while. I tried one of those. So I have the oh my gosh, I can't think of what it's called. The cedar mops, you know, the spin mops.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those. I love it.
I love it. And I thought I saw something, had to have been on TikTok. You can clean your walls with it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay. So brand new mop head, did all the stuff in the water, you know, hot water and, you know, all the cleaner, went to do it on the walls in the bathroom. And they just like ran black crap down the walls. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they were so dirty that I just, as soon as I hit them with water, it's just like, it looks like drips down my entire.
When's the last time you painted in there?
I've never painted in there since we've lived there.
How long
And
has
Cliff's
that been?
mom painted it. Oh my gosh, she'd have to correct me, but it's been probably at least 15 years.
Okay, so it could just be 15 years of grime.
It really could. And so I freaked out when that happened. And now I'm like, no, we have people coming. I want to freshen that bathroom up. So
There you go.
I'm going to tackle painting the bathroom on my day off Friday. We'll see how it goes.
I love it. I use my spin mop to clean my walls.
Yeah.
And I've also used it. I've also put Murphy's oil soap,
Mm-hmm.
wood soap in there and done my cabinets
Okay.
because that's like so much better than like getting up there and like
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
doing them for real. I mean, I'm sure it's not as clean as getting up there with a rag and doing them, but
Yeah.
it's as clean as I'm getting them.
Yeah.
So
and,
yeah,
and your house looks amazingly clean. So
I don't do it.
I know you don't, but
I cannot
looks
take credit
good.
for that. Also,
So-
you guys just happened to come over on the day the housekeepers were here.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that worked out.
I won't take any credit for this. And
So-
we just like got watermelon all over the whole fridge. So, or kitchen. and
Speaking
fridge and
of.
everything.
yeah.
What are we
speaking of,
drinking,
what are we
Jordan?
drinking?
Okay. We haven't tasted it yet. So we don't know if it's good or not. But I had a watermelon martini at Chili's once years ago. And I really think it was just muddled and strained watermelon
With vodka.
with some vodka. So I kind of looked up a little recipe and it was like, so we muddled up some watermelon chunks and strained it into cups. I did use like half a watermelon for 3 drinks and a little lime juice and some vodka.
Okay.
So let's see.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good.
It is really good.
It's refreshing. What do you
is.
think?
I like it. I wish it were colder.
Yeah.
Like I wish I'd have like frozen the glasses or something.
Or you could have shaken it over ice, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have been better at it. But I think it's like a good idea. It's a good recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is. It took a lot of watermelon, like you said.
it did.
Well, and it's a good way to use watermelon if you have a bunch of it and nobody's willing to eat it like they do at my house.
Yeah, or at my house where it's just me and my hubby, and he really doesn't eat fruit.
Yeah.
So it's really just me.
Just
I'm
you.
never going to eat that whole watermelon. So you guys help me out.
There you go.
This is great. Thank you.
Good deal.
Yeah. Okay, so the goal for tonight is really no script. I feel like this is like a therapy thing for me. No script, no plan fun today. We're just going to check in with each other and see how everyone's doing because
Yeah.
we took a few weeks off. And Amanda, you just came back from a vacation. You want to tell us how it went?
Yeah, we did. We got back a week ago Saturday, actually. We went to Myrtle Beach in South Carolina with the 4 of us, my dad and my stepmom, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, and then my sister-in-law and her wife. We all camped at the beach. It was this resort called Pirate Land.
Love it.
I don't know.
Is
I don't
it
wanna-
themed?
It is.
I love that.
It's huge. When I say, that it's big, you just really don't, you don't think about it, but there's over 700 camping spots,
Jeez, that's huge.
Wow.
tents and motorhomes and trailers and stuff. And then there's also people that actually they have like mobile homes or use it as summer homes that are permanent residents on the property as well. So, I mean, this place is huge. They have, a kids pool. They have a lazy river.
Oh, wow.
They have mini golf in there. They have an arcade. They have their store. They have a laundromat. They have a grill and an arcade, and then they have food trucks that come in, and you can have dinner food trucks, or they had a coffee food truck there while we were there, and it was just kind of really cool. And it was a great vacation. We thoroughly enjoyed it. I did because I love the beach. Cliff is not so much a beach guy. He was not. We took the kayaks. And we did not use them. We didn't take them off the trailer. So he was kind of bummed about that. But
That's a lot of work to get them out there tonight.
Right.
it is, we took them, and I walked out the first night on the beach and I thought, oh, hell no, I'm not putting a kayak in that freaking water.
Too rough.
Ocean water.
Yeah.
And this was our first trip to the Atlantic. So we had never been in that water before, which it was amazing. It's warm. It was nice. It's so different than the Pacific. So I'm glad we got to go, but it was good. The we were originally going to leave early, and then we decided to go ahead and stay with the family because we were having a really good time. And Thursday morning, about 3:30, 4 o'clock, it started raining. Now, mind you, Cliff and I and the kids were all in tents. We had 3 tents in our spot. And yep, all 3 tents leaked.
Oh my gosh.
And when I say they leaked, I mean, it like literally was like somebody unzipped the clouds and unzipped our tents, and it just poured in.
Oh.
So we had big totes that we had hauled everything out. And so we're throwing all of our clothes and phones and what we could in these totes to keep them dry. About that time, I hear my daughter scrambling to get out of her tent. And she gets out and she looks over at Cliff and I and she screams, "Everything's fucking wet." And we're like, yep, it is. Deal with it and let's get it going. And poor Jake was sleeping in his hammock, got wet.
Oh no.
I went to go get into his tent to get dry, and yeah, that didn't work. So luckily, Gina and Bobby Joe saved us. They heard us scrambling out there, and we jumped in their motorhome and slept in there for that night. And then got up the next morning and had to dry everything out. So it was.
I just feel like you got to have a fun adventure when you're on vacation.
You do.
Right? I mean,
something's got to go wrong or
yeah.
half-assed or something, and that was it for us. So we got everything dried out and decided that we were going to sleep in the motorhomes the last night because I didn't want to chance it raining again Friday night before we had to get up and pack everything away. So once everything was dry, we packed up all the tents and put it all away, and then stayed again with Gina and Bobby Joe and got up the next morning, and we all packed up and left. So
I love that.
it was good.
I love that you had such a good time. That
We
you
did.
extended the vacation.
Yeah, we did. It was really good family bonding time that we all needed. So it was
and
good.
time away from work. I mean, surely Cliff appreciated that.
Yes. Yeah, he really did. He was on the beach more than I thought he would be. So it was good. And he was actually out in the water swimming, and the kids were, there was 2 days the kids were out swimming that, they got called back in because there were sharks.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Scary.
Jake's like, "It's not a big deal. They're just nurse sharks." I'm like, "Get your ass in here." God.
Listen to the lifeguard.
Yeah, exactly.
So Pirate Land
Pirate Land.
Okay.
in Myrtle Beach. Would you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Others?
Oh yeah. My Dan and Kathy have been there numerous times and they absolutely love it.
Now, do they have like non-tent options?
They have cabins.
Okay.
They do have cabins. We also found that they have a really cool thing out there, and I think they have it here too. You can actually rent an RV. You can rent either a motorhome or a travel trailer, and these companies will come and set it up for you. They do all the hookups, get everything set up and ready. All you do is move in.
And they have a lazy river.
They have a lazy river.
I gotta tell you, lazy river is my most favorite. Like, that's my vacation destination is the lazy river.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care where we're going.
Matter where it's at in the world. It could be at Whitewater.
Yeah, but yes,
it's
I
just
don't particularly want to go on the beach that much. And the thing is, my parents love their beach vacations. They love them. And so that's what they always want to go for family vacations. And I'm always like, oh. So the thing about the beach is it's pretty dirty, right? Like, the sand gets everywhere. And so it drives me crazy. And I'm not going in that water. I'm not doing it.
Why?
Like, because the ocean is freaking dirty. There's all kinds of scary stuff in there that will touch you.
Actually, I was really surprised how clean this
the
was.
Atlantic is so clean.
It's so clean.
Like, compared to the Gulf.
So I am so uninterested in jellyfish or any type of fish.
We
or
didn't
living
see any of that
organism.
stuff. Nothing.
They're there, Amanda. I promise
I know.
you.
Jordan, I grew up in California. We had them in San Diego.
So my mom will buy big giant rafts and like blow up rafts. And so like our last vacation down to, I can't remember, Panama City or Destin or whatever, random Florida beach. She has this big giant blow up raft and I'm sitting in it like the passenger princess I am out in the ocean.
Out in the ocean?
And my parents have a hold of it. They're just swaying with me in the ocean.
Jordan, but she was in the ocean.
Yes, but I didn't have to touch any of the water ever. So,
I was really surprised how clean and how warm, honestly, because we got in, we're like, oh, it's gonna be so cold, and then it's like,
No.
This is weird. It's kind of
But
warm.
it's not as warm for as long as the water in the Gulf. I feel like if you're going late in the year to the ocean, you want to go to the Gulf because the Atlantic does get colder.
Yeah.
Than the Gulf, but we went to Tybee Island a couple years ago. We went there growing up, but we went there a couple years ago, and it is the beach is just pristine. There's no trash on the beach.
Yes, there
There's
wasn't.
shells, so you
Yep.
can, look for seashells. The water was clean. There was no like seaweed, no icky
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Just super clean, super nice.
Yeah.
The kids did get stung by jellyfish, but
Yeah, we didn't do that. We heard them actually. They had tractors out every like early morning, dragging the beach and cleaning it up. So I mean, the sand was really nice, and there was no trash, no nothing on the beach.
Myrtle Beach is right by Tybee. Like it's just right
Okay.
north of Tybee.
Okay.
I've never been in that area, which is amazing to me because my mother-in-law owns a trailer that they like pay somebody to haul out there and set up for them every summer. And then my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, her 4 kids go and live in that trailer for 8 weeks.
On
6
Myrtle
or 8
Beach?
weeks. On Myrtle Beach.
Oh wow.
Because they're teachers, and
Okay.
so their whole summer vacation they spend at the beach, and like the husbands can come or go or do whatever they please, but
That's where they're going to be.
the wives and kids are on the beach.
Oh, that's funny.
And your mother-in-law's in Virginia, right?
Yeah, and so my husband said like Virginia Beach would be way closer, but obviously it's not nearly as nice, and so they make the drive to Myrtle Beach. But I don't think it's that far. I think it's just a couple hours.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
was-
not that far.
Because Gina lives in Greensboro, and so they drove, and she said it's about 4 hours, and they kind of cut through Virginia to get down
Yeah.
there. So it didn't take us 4 hours. It took us about 18.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
Tybee was too.
Yeah. It seemed to take so much longer when we got home. On the way home, it took
Yeah.
forever. But South Carolina was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Everything, driving through on the highway and seeing the different areas and stuff. It was beautiful. So
I think I need to go. I keep telling Thor like his mom and sister would be so happy if we showed up for a week.
Oh,
on
I mean,
Myrtle
it
Beach.
is. I'm really glad we went, and they're already talking about planning this. Well, we're gonna go next year, and Cliff's like, "No, I'm gonna go where I want to go next year."
Somewhere where we can take the kayak.
Yes, somewhere, and that's what we talked about, kind of meeting in the middle, like somewhere like in Tennessee, and do that. But yeah, it was. I'm very glad we went. It was a really good trip. The kids had a blast. We rented golf carts. They have golf carts you can rent there. Pretty much everybody had one. And every night, I think it started at like 8 or 9, they had a golf cart parade around the park.
I love it.
They had the golf carts decorated. They had lights, and they had big old inflatables. Like Jacob bought a shark, and they tied on the top of one of the golf carts and had lights on it. And then everybody played music, and they drove around the park. They did this till 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
11 every night. They were just
Nightly
crazy.
party.
Yeah, it was. So it was fun. I'm glad we went.
I think you need to find out if this is where your in-laws go, if they go to Pirate Land.
Pirate Land.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll ask.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask.
We can post a link for it, because I mean, it's
I'm
amazing.
interested. Like, what do these cabins look like? Like, do they look like condos?
No,
Are
they're
there
just-
condos? Because
No,
let me tell you
well-
how interested I am in a condo.
I did see condos. I did see
They're the
condos.
log
Talk to
cabin.
me more
There's-
about like air conditioning
Oh, yeah.
and housekeeping service.
There was condos at
Wi-Fi.
the west end of
Wi-Fi.
where we were at, and then there was homes that you can rent, like Airbnbs and stuff, at
Oh, yeah, I'd be
the
in for
east
that.
side. Yeah, so
Okay, I could do this.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay, I love it. This is like an everybody vacation here. Everybody
Yeah.
can find something they love.
Honestly, I think you could. Everybody could find something. The boys fished. They had places you could take. There was like a little ponds, even little streams that you could take their paddle boards and their kayaks. We couldn't put ours in. So that kind of sucked, because we drove our kayaks out there and didn't even use them.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. It was good.
Live and learn.
Yep, absolutely. No. How was your vacation,
Yeah.
Jordan?
Okay, so we went to Vegas for 7 days, and it was amazing. It was everything we needed.
Good.
Everyone looked at us like we were crazy when we said we were going to Vegas for 7 days. Everybody's like, you really only want to be there like 3 days.
That does seem like you never hear about people going to Vegas for,
For 7
a whole week.
Yeah.
I know, but we went for 7 days. So we both love our jobs, but we both just have really demanding jobs. And I think we were both just very burnt out, like just very needed a break, needed to step away from work. And so we wanted to do a longer vacation. I don't typically like to leave my animals that long, but I had like great support people. My parents kept my dogs, and they came over and checked on the cats. Cameron came over and checked on my cats. So like we had like good friends and family helping us out with the animals. So I was like, we just need to do it. We just need to get away. Thor really wanted to go see the Grand Canyon, so that was like an entire day. It was fine. It was a hole in the ground. If you haven't seen
big
it,
hole.
Did you have to do any hiking, or were you able to just like drive up to it?
you can drive pretty much right up to it. We did not do any hiking. The tour we went on took us to 2 different spots to view it. There's no railing at the Grand Canyon, so you just gotta not fall. And the bus driver's just like, yeah, people fall in.
Yeah.
She's like, and then they close the whole area down and we have to leave. And I was like, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Sounds
that
about
happened.
right.
Like she was just very like matter of fact. And I was like, okay. Also, she pulls up and she's like, okay, it was like a green rattlesnake or green cottonmouth. I can't remember, some sort of green snake.
Oh, nice.
This sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was some sort of green Mojave snake, rattlesnake. I don't know what it was, but it's out in the desert. And she's like explaining to us, she's like, here's the deal. They like these big rocks. So these big rocks over here, don't go near those. Don't go stand on them because the snake will bite you and you'll be dead within 30 minutes. The closest hospital is 90 minutes from here.
Yeah, she parked the bus right next to those rocks?
Right next to the rocks. Right next to them. And in front of 2 other buses. So now you have to walk 3 bus links to get
front of
past
these
these
rocks.
snake rocks.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what in the actual hell? And I'm like, this seems so irresponsible. Like, surely they have some of the anti-venom that you need for that snake, like there.
Oh, they have to.
But then my mom's explaining to me, like, anti-venom doesn't always work. Like, it's really, like, not, like, she's like, probably not. Like, basically, long story short, like, probably not, actually. And I was
God.
like,
So
holy shit.
Don't get bit is basically all it is.
Yeah, or, I mean, like, look at a picture. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon in real life picture. It's all the same. Yeah, so it was fine. Thor got to do it. He was very excited about it.
Good.
It is a hole.
It's a hole.
And everything's brown.
You didn't go to the bridge where you can walk out. That's a glass bridge. Where
We did go there.
you did? I
Yeah.
don't know if I could do that.
I did not do
I
that.
think I could.
I don't think. I know.
I did not do that. We also ate like that same place that has the sky bridge. It's like on attached to like, it's like next to a building. And so we ate at a restaurant that like that whole glass side is
Oh, that's
like-
kind of cool.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. We just did like, we ended up not gambling at all. There's one night I think that Thor was like, I cannot come to Vegas and not do anything. So I think I went to sleep and he went back out to the casino and like did a couple slots or something. And I was like, you do you, but I'm going to bed. So yeah, so we ended up not gambling at all. But we saw amazing shows. We went and did all the touristy, like go look at all the casinos. We went down to Fremont Street. Went to Fremont Street. Okay, I'll tell you this story. So when we get there, the first thing we had to do was come up with Thor's gummies because he's not good. Like he cannot sleep without his gummies. And so
you can't fly with them apparently.
you can't fly with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't fly with them. So he couldn't fly with them. And I was like, I don't want any felonies this trip. So let's not fly with any gummies. So we get there and then like they don't have any dispensaries on the strip. They're not
Okay.
allowed to be on the strip or within like so many feet of a hotel.
Oh.
So they're all off the strip. So I'm like, I'm not going to the scary off-strip dispensary. Like everything about that seems scary to me. So he's like, okay, whatever. So he goes and Ubers to his dispensary. He gets his gummies. So he's only ever done the indica is what I think it's called, which is like the gummies that help just relax you. And, you know, and we've talked before, like he's a total lightweight. He takes 5 milligrams every night, sleeps. So he goes to get his gummies. Well, they give him like the other kind of gummy that like makes you feel really high, like the high gummies as like a free, cause you're in Vegas. And if you spend so much money, you get some, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So he gets these gummies or got him half off. I don't know what he did. Somehow he gets his other gummies. And so he comes back and he's like, I got these gummies. And I'm like, all right, you go for it. You should do that. Like, you know, you're already doing the other ones. You might as well do these too.
Yeah.
Why not? Plus,
see
like,
how that goes.
I'm mildly interested in seeing how this goes. Let's do that. And so he takes one night when we did this big bus open top tour down the strip, like at night. And so you get to see all the lights and stuff. It didn't really affect him that much.
Okay.
But they take us down to Fremont Street and it's just kind of starting to kick in. And he's kind of like, okay, you know, like it's not really affecting him that much. But this is the first time this man's ever taken this kind of gummy. And I'm like, I'll take care of you. We get down to Fremont Street. I go to the bar on the street. And I'm like, can I just get a Malibu and pineapple? I mean, how harmless can that possibly be? Trust me, my liver's been primed.
Right.
And they're like, sure. Here you go. And so they put the drink out. It's like,
Is it a yard?
it's not a yard, but it's like a 44 ounce
Holy shit.
Holy shit, yeah.
drink. I was thinking it was 32 ounces, but I'm looking at my McAllister's tea in front of me, and it's definitely like way bigger than that.
Oh my God.
And so they fill a thing full of like 40 ounces of Malibu and like 4 ounces of pineapple.
Oh no.
Well, now I've got this giant drink, and you can't just let things go to waste, right? Oh. And so we're standing down there, and we're watching like the laser light show, and it's all to Katy Perry, and I'm just like having a good time drinking my drink. And so like before I know it, this thing's gone because like Malibu is so easy to drink, right?
It goes down like water.
Yeah, and so it's gone, and so I just look at Thor, and he looks down at me, and he goes, "Who's gonna get us home?" And I was like, "We're just gonna get back on that bus."
Yeah.
And we're going to go back.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can you get to the bus?" And I'm like,
Nope.
but he got us to the bus. It was fine.
Okay.
So he like barely felt it, but I do feel like he was like, "What the hell?" You know, like you're supposed to be
taking care of me. Yeah.
Well, so the next night they have this area called Area 15, and it's like an adult, I don't know, like playgroundy type thing. Like they just have these different attractions. They've got like a laser tag type thing there. They've got like an immersive art display. They have all the silly stuff. But their big claim to fame there is they have this thing called the Omega Mart. And the Omega Mart kind of looks like, for anyone who's ever been to Itty Bitty City, and they have like the little grocery store set up. It kind of looks like a life-size version of that, like the fake groceries, but it's like the actual size of a grocery store, of like a Walmart. But when you look at them, it's like you'll have like a little alien sticking out of a cereal box, or the cleaning supplies are all melting into the cabinet. You know, like it's like kind of trippy. It's meant to be kind of trippy and like weird. And so the whole thing is you get this employee card, and there's this whole mystery you have to solve.
Okay.
So you like crawl through the freezer, and you find all these secret passages, and then there's like these clue stations where you like watch a video, and like you get a clue, and you have to figure out what happened, right? And it's
Sort of like a escape room type concept.
kind of like an escape room, yeah, but just a little more low key. Like it's pretty like you can wander around and do whatever you want, but they encourage you to take gummies before you come. They're like,
gosh.
hey, to augment your experience, let's make it even better, because they're kind of trying to make it psychedelic-y and trippy,
Okay.
and so I'm like, oh, you should take your gummy before we go. Like, the last one didn't do anything. So takes it. Well, I don't know if 2 in a row are like a good plan, right? Like 2 nights in a row. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how gummies work. Somebody else can tell me that. But so he takes it. Well, this one reacts way different than the first one. This one he feels completely. And so we're in there. We're wandering around. I'm trying to get to these clue stations. He's just like wandering off. And I'm like, over here. Come over here. And like he's just
And you
like,
don't have your drink that night.
no, I didn't have my drink that night. I was doing this mystery thing, right? Like this whole escape
You
room
needed
mystery
one
thing.
of those like backpack leashes.
Yeah,
put
kind
on
of. Well, and so the thing is, like, it goes up like on scaffolding and stuff. So you like climb up all
God.
these stairs and stuff.
I feel like this is not a safe thing to encourage people to be
I mean, it was relatively safe, but I'm
Yeah.
very much like, so at one point they take, like, there's all these little tiny rooms and closets you go into. So at one point we can go into this room, and this is when I realized, like, oh, he's like so far gone. Because we go into this room, and it's like all like projectors all the way around the room, but it's like glitter and like starbursts, and it's like fun and trippy and like, and so we go in there, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Look at this room. And I look over at him, and he's just like spaced out and like completely not coherent and like not speaking. And I'm like,
Oh no.
okay, this is good. And so then I'm just like at a clue station, and he's like wandering around, just like touching the walls. And I'm like,
God.
okay. Yeah, like this man's never done anything like this. And I'm just like, okay, this is going well.
And you didn't video any of it.
I didn't. I should have. But I was just like, I was also like very engrossed in this mystery. Like I was trying
You're like,
really
I
hard.
want to do this.
Yeah, I was like trying to solve my mystery, and like I didn't have anyone to help me because he was like petting the walls. And so one of these little alcove room things they have is just buttons and lights. And so like you just push it and the lights come, you know, it's all these buttons.
Did you lose him in there?
I dropped him off in there to be babysat. Like, here's the deal. That probably would have entertained him sober, because he just really likes to push buttons anyway. Like that's like a thing he enjoys.
It's like his job.
Yeah. He's like, let's push a button and see what happens, right? And so he like, I was just like, okay, yeah. You stay in here. like, don't leave this room. And then like I leave and I go do like 2 or 3 other clue stations. So like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I guess I better go see if he left that room or not. Nope. Just pushing buttons and lights are happening and he's just watching. And I'm like, what the hell? And then we're at one clue station and like you're supposed to like look through a lens and it like has this laser that comes back at you. You know, it's like this bright light that comes back at you and you're like, it's meant to like jump scare you, you know? And so like, I'm like, oh, look in there. That's crazy. And then I turn around and go do the other one. Like 7 minutes later, he's still staring into the laser. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to ruin your eyes. He's like, no, it's like doing a show in there. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not doing a show in there. It's just a light that's blinding you. So it was hilarious. I really should have. I mean, that is like, I didn't even think about filming it until you just said something. Like I really should have. So it was hilarious. So yeah, we get done there and then we go into this art installation that's at Area 15. And it's like, first we go into one area and it's just like a lounge area where you can order like drinks and stuff. And so we're just sitting here on like these beanbag chairs and there's just literally like projectors with like cherry blossoms that are falling off of trees. And it's just meant to give it a little ambiance. He's like thinking this is the coolest thing we've done in Vegas. He's like, this is so cool in here. And I'm like, this is a bar. Like, we're just sitting in a bar. It's all we're doing. And like they had a DJ and he's like, they got a DJ? And I'm like, yeah. It's Vegas. I mean, like I think all the bars in Vegas have a DJ, right? And I'm just like, okay, well, let's go into the actual exhibit now. And he's like, oh, you don't want to stay in here any longer? And I'm like, nope, sure no. And so we go into the exhibit. And it was like, I thought it was so disappointing. Like the way they made it sound like immersive art experience, like you're part of it. And so it was like the moon landing. And so it's like all these projectors around you. And I mean, like technically he probably would have thought it was cool if he were sober. Like he probably would have thought it was cool because it is very much like audiovisual stuff like he does. You know, it was very much an AV art installation. But like it was pretty freaking boring, right? Thankfully, it was just part of the Area 15 experience. So it wasn't like something we paid all this money for. So I was like, this is pretty boring. But like you walk across the floor and it puts your prints on the moon, you know, like your footprints. And so he's stomping around on the moon. And I'm like, okay. And it gives you all these facts on the walls. And so I spend like 5-10 minutes in here. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. Let's go. And he's like, no, this is so cool. And so we spent like 30 minutes in the moon room and he's just stomping around, reading the facts about the moon. And I'm like, okay, great. And so we get done and we're leaving and I'm telling him like what happened with the mystery and like how it got solved. And there's like this whole involved story. Like it was a very involved story. And he's like, when did you do this? And I'm like for the last 2 hours at Omega Mart. Like that's what we came here to do. And he's like, we did not have the same experience. Like, I know. Yeah. I know we didn't.
We did not
have the same experience.
Oh my God. That sounds awesome though.
It is. I'm like crying. That's
I know.
So
It's just like anyone that knows Thor, like he's just usually just has his shit together. You know, like he's like a fun, loving guy, but like he's just usually like, I feel so safe with him. And like, you know, like he just takes care of me. Like that night I was just like, okay. This is happening. I was so on my own and like had like this 300-pound dead weight with me. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh,
that was pushing buttons.
That was pushing buttons and petting walls. And I was just like, okay, this is good.
Oh my gosh.
So now he says, he's like, I don't know. I feel like I missed out on the Omega Mart experience. I'm like, oh, you did.
You did.
But you had your own experience.
Yeah,
so
you had a great time.
Yeah. So now he's like, well, if I ever do it again, I want to do it just like at home where we're like, you know, like he's in a safe space. And I'm like, yeah, me too. That's also where I want you to do this. Like, not with me again. So it was fun. It was a fun experience. Yeah, but it was just really good. And so we just, you know, we went at our own pace. We stayed at the Paris right in the middle of the strip.
Oh, wow.
It was just fantastic. Oh, we totally lied to the people at the front desk.
Oh.
Because we were standing to check in and he's like, okay, everyone on TikTok said, if they ask you if you're celebrating something, tell them you're celebrating something. They might give you a free upgrade. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. I mean, technically,
it's your anniversary.
I suggested this on our anniversary, even though it's several months past our anniversary at this point. I was like, but I suggested this trip on our anniversary, so we'll say it's our anniversary. And he's like, yeah, do that. So we get to the front. Are you guys celebrating anything? Oh, our anniversary. Oh, that's fantastic. Where are you guys from? Missouri. Oh, Missouri. That's so far. And so now she thinks they're like Midwest hicks, right? And I'm like, okay, I can lean into that.
Bring it on.
And she's like, have you ever been to Vegas before? And so, of course, we have. And I'm just like, oh, no, it's our first time in Vegas. We're just so excited. It's our anniversary.
God.
She gives us this upgrade to a corner suite. And so we had like this really nice room for the week. And it was just great. Well, she told us, she was like, okay, I can get you this upgrade and it's going to cost like $50 more a night. And we were like, okay, sure. And I was like, actually, it's worth it. Like if it's going to be that much nicer, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so then she realizes we'd already paid for our room, like prepaid, like through Travelocity, you know? And I think she just realized like she didn't know how to make that work with the upgrade. And we were just this nice little Midwestern couple.
She gave it to you for free.
she just gave it to us for free. Yeah. I was like,
That's
Love it.
awesome.
yeah. It was great. So we had this great room right in the middle of the strip. And we just like didn't work, didn't think about work.
Good.
Didn't check any emails and just enjoyed each other for
Good.
7 days. It was fantastic.
Good.
It sounds so fun.
Yeah.
And I came back just like feeling so much better.
Good.
Came
You
back
know.
refreshed.
Oh yeah, and just like had that moment away. So it was nice. And just like having my parents take care of my dogs for me was just like so no stress. You know, like I just knew they were okay.
Yeah.
So it was like perfect. And then got back and traveled like the next 3 weeks for work in a row. And so now I'm trying to like get caught up. You know, like I'm so far behind at this point that like I don't really know how I'm gonna get caught up, but like I'm gonna get there
You'll get there.
some way, somehow.
Well, I'm glad you had a good vacation. Though.
Yeah. You deserved it.
It was
Yes.
fun. So Lauren, no trips, no nothing,
I haven't done
just
shit.
drill.
Yeah. I've been a single mom. So, yes, we do this every year. The kids are in summer school right now. So the older
That's
two
nice.
are in summer school Monday through Friday, which is nice. Helen has not made it to school on time one day, but
But she's gotten there.
she has only skipped. There was only one day that she refused to go. So that's good.
That is good.
She is in kindergarten summer school, and she will be in kindergarten again next year. So we're holding her back. But her cousin is also in kindergarten summer school, and she'll be in kindergarten next year. So they go.
That's nice.
They all go to school together.
Oh, good.
The cousins. So she's excited about that, and they play kitties on the playground together, and so she's like happy.
She's got a buddy.
Yeah. Yep. And then Collier. He was gone all last week. He went to Virginia with his dad. They went on vacation. They did stay in a cabin. They went to a cave. I don't know a whole lot about their vacation, but he said he had a really good time
Well, good.
and brought souvenirs back for his little brother and sister. So Goldie didn't get one because she won't know the difference. But
That is such good parenting from Travis.
yeah,
Like
That is
that's
good.
some good co-parenting right there to
Yeah,
buy
that's
like
great.
the step siblings.
Yeah, that is really good.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good one. So Collier had a really good time, but he was excited to go back to school this week. And then the little ones are both at 2-day a week, which is awful. I wish it was 4-day a week, but 2-day a week summer school at Second Baptist where they go, and they're having a good time. So I have about 8 hours a week without kids, but then that's cut down because now Helen's doing occupational therapy every week, which has also been great. She's doing peds occupational therapy, and they're working on like figuring out how her body feels when she has emotions and like how she can.
Oh,
work through
that's
that.
cool.
Good.
Yeah, and then some sensory stuff too. So we do that one morning a week, and I've got Goldie set up with First Steps. So I don't know if that's something that you guys are familiar with. It was something the doctor, our pediatrician, who's amazing, recommended for us. And it's a program where they come out and do an evaluation in the home with, I think it's kids up to I want to say the age of 3. And then they do an evaluation to see like if they're behind in any area.
Yeah, I think my sister did this with her kiddos, I think.
Yeah, and if you're to qualify, you either have to have some type of diagnosis, like cerebral
maybe
palsy,
she did something else.
or
Oh, maybe not then.
like you have to, or Down syndrome, or you have to have some type of like a significant diagnosis, or be half of your age behind in one area. So they did an evaluation they'll do the evaluation on anyone. And Goldie did qualify because she is behind. She's 16 months old, and she rated at the 8-month age for communication skills because she still only says dada and we've added but just dada and and so she qualified. So they come out next week, and we're gonna do like a therapy plan, and she'll have speech therapy in the home.
Good.
Which is great.
That's cool. Okay, so now that I think about it, my sister actually did something through, I think, the Ozark school system.
There's parents as teachers.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's similar.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, though. Like, you come out,
same
like,
thing.
like up until they go to kindergarten or something, like trying to make sure, like, are they hitting their milestones
Right.
and what
Right.
can they work on? And
Right. Yeah. And I have a friend who is a parents as teacher educator here in Springfield, and we've also done that. We with Abe and Goldie, and we were set up, but it was at the end of the school year, so we'll have to start kind of again next school year. They'll work with any kid. They definitely don't have to be behind.
Yeah.
And it's a little more like connected to the school system.
Yeah.
Parents as teachers is with the schools. First Ups is with the state.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah. So we're tapped into all the resources now.
I love that.
Helen
That's so
doing therapy.
good.
We've also got Helen doing an evaluation for autism. So she had her second appointment yesterday, and then we'll get her results on Friday. So I'm hoping on
very
Friday
good.
we have a definitive diagnosis, which obviously does not change Helen at all. Helen
Right.
is still Helen, but it helps us again tap into more resources, and we'll be able to get hopefully an IEP in place for her as she starts her second year of kindergarten, and get some more resources for her.
good.
So so I'm excited about just kind of all the things we've got moving with the kids. And Abe's Abe. He's a three-nager. He's being absolutely awful right
Three-nager.
Teenager. I love
now.
that.
So bad.
He's a boy.
His
He's like
tantrums
such a,
are-
I just remember him being such a sweet baby.
he is. He's easy. Like, he's compared to Helen, who will have like a meltdown and you can't talk her out of it, which is part of kind of what she's got going on mentally. But Abe, it's super easy to snap him out of something, but it's just this age where he wants things the way he wants them, and he will throw himself on the floor if he doesn't get them, or he'll throw his like food on the floor if he doesn't like it, or it's just the age. But he is still, in the scheme of things, so much easier than Helen ever was. So he was a lot more like Collier. So anyways, yeah, I've just been hanging out with my kids and the dogs, and now Matt's back and he works from home now, so it's nice because he's
that is nice.
Yeah.
so he switched. He's now a mortgage broker, and so he refinished the office in the basement, and he's all set up, and he just works from home. They don't even have an office here.
Oh, wow.
There's nowhere, he doesn't have an office to even go to.
And do the kids like allow him to work, like stay kind of out
Yeah,
of the way?
there's a BB gate. They can't go down the
Oh, nice.
steps. Yeah. But it's really nice because, so like if I go get Abe and Goldie and then bring them home and I put Goldie down for a nap, then 2 hours later I don't have to wake her up to go get Helen and Collier.
Right.
Like, I can leave her sleeping.
Because he's home.
Yeah, and Abe can just sit upstairs and watch TV, and yeah, Matt's there if
that's
he needs
good.
them. And it is so much nicer just not having to pack up everyone to go everywhere.
Yep.
And, so really living like it's really the perfect scenario with being a stay-at-home mom and having him though also there. I'm super lucky.
Does he like working from home?
I think so.
I love working from home. Like, talk about, like, it's my favorite thing, like, I've ever done for my own mental health or anything else. Like, I love working from home.
Well, good.
I had such a hard time like staying on task, but I also I didn't work from home ever like full time.
Yeah.
But Matt had gotten to where there was so much drama in his office that he wasn't even working in the office anymore anyways.
Yeah.
So he'd kind of gotten used to it.
Well, and I think you do, like you said, like he finished an entire room for himself, like,
Yeah.
like I do think that if you're going to work from home, you have to like have a dedicated space where like when you go in there, it's like, I'm going into the office.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not even like a room on the main floor. Like it's
Right.
The kids don't go in the basement unless I was telling the girls earlier, unless they go down to my garage sale room and start pulling toys out that have price tags on them. But they don't go down in the basement. So he's really not.
So it's like he's there, but he's not there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But he can come. I mean, he can come up and he eats lunch, and I just switched to a different meal service. We started today. So
Oh,
this is not sponsored by HelloFresh.
what meal service?
It's a local one. My friends highly recommended it. So I paused HelloFresh just for 1 week to try it. And it's called Homemade Delivered.
Okay.
And the main difference is that you don't have to actually do any of the prep. Like it comes ready to cook.
Oh,
So you just cook it.
That's
And then,
nice.
and also like it comes in a container that you can cook it in. So there's no like pots and pans to wash or cutting boards or anything like
that
that.
sounds so nice.
And it's local, which is great. So I'll send you the information, or we can post it. We'll post it in the group.
Facebook
Yeah.
group. Yeah.
What we had tonight, like miso ahi tuna bowls, which of course I know you don't do tuna, but it had ahi tuna, so like just seared, and it was like veggies and rice, and had like a miso sauce, and had the avocado ready, like chopped up that you just poured on the top, and
Wow.
Oh,
was really good.
Wow. I do have to tell you guys, like, I got real adventurous because I am like the world's worst cook, right? Like, I'm not interested in it. I don't do well with it. But I made homemade egg rolls the other night,
oh,
and they were actually kind of delicious, and they were so easy.
Yeah.
hey,
So you just buy like the little rice wrappers from, wherever, Hy-Vee or wherever. And I bought like the broccoli slaw. So like it's already chopped up like the kind of stuff you can add to salads and stuff. Threw that in a skillet with some sesame oil, some onions, chopped up some celery into really fine bits, and some zucchini. Threw that in there with some garlic and some like salt and pepper and and ginger. And I used like all like my garlic and my ginger is always just the pre-shredded stuff in a jar. And just like wilted it for a little while, for like 20 minutes or so. Just kind of let the garlic and the onions and stuff kind of wilt things. And then just literally wrap up your egg rolls, baste them in some olive oil, throw them in the air fryer for like 5 minutes, and you have full on egg rolls.
And they were good.
They were really good. I mean, they weren't the prettiest egg rolls because, it's freaking hard.
Yeah. It's hard to get those perfect little rolls.
that seems like out of my wheelhouse on making.
But it was so easy.
I mean, it sounds delicious. I love egg rolls.
Yeah, I
Love
do
them.
too. I do too. And then I had some like frozen stir fry veggies with sauce already in the frozen bag, like not that I had made previously. I don't want to like literally like bought from the store stir fry mix. And some riced cauliflower that I just heated up in the microwave, also all pre-chopped and everything. And so like we just had like this whole little meal, and it took like no time at all. And I was like,
Sounds pretty healthy,
look at
too.
this.
Yeah. It
Lots
does
of
sound healthy.
veggies.
Yeah. Lots of veggies.
Yeah.
So, did you buy sauce to dip it in, like sweet and sour sauce or duck sauce or whatever?
I used soy sauce to dip mine in. Thor keeps sweet and sour sauce because he likes to make his own sweet and sour chicken a lot, and so he had some. So he pulled out his own sweet and sour sauce and used that,
I like the pack, like
like a bottle.
a bottle. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that sounds so good.
I know. I felt like I really like it was like a moment of like I'm adulting. I have my shit together. Like look at this.
I love it.
I know.
Good for you.
My thinking kind of so I love cooking. And with the HelloFresh, you do get to, you cook still. It's just, you don't have to do any like the prep of, measurements and that type of stuff, or the shopping. But I thought with this, well, now that I'm not even cooking, maybe I will have more energy to cook things like bake and do.
Yeah,
know,
more adventurous,
Right.
things
Yeah.
on the
more-
nights you do cook.
Right. Exactly. So, or even like a side or whatever, although we bought a bunch of sides for our meals, but, yeah, maybe I'll make more like fun things and less dinners because I'm just putting the dinners in the oven. So we'll see. TBD.
Okay, report back.
I will. But the food we had tonight was delicious. And I have some friends I have a couple of friends that use this homemade delivered, and they're just like, it's great. It's so easy, and the food's all really, really good.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the rest of your summers look like?
We have family coming in, and then float. I'm ready to be on the water.
Yep.
We were supposed to go. Well, I say this. Cliff was supposed to go Sunday. Him and Jacob were going to go floating, but we went to a wedding. So he's mad at me because he missed a float day. So the boys have been a few times before, since I've only been once this year. So I'm ready to get out and
Get out there and
enjoy the sunshine. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I think that's about all we've got. We really don't have anything else planned until October. So it'll be good. How about you guys?
We don't have any other trips or anything big planned. My parents have a couple trips planned, so I will get to keep the Casey monster dog of my mom's, who I honestly just really adore and not so secretly want to steal from her. Like, I just love her. So she'll get to hang out here with my doggos, which will make Finn really happy. And it'll also cure me from, because I've kind of got puppy fever here recently. I'm just like, maybe we need a puppy. Like, we're not getting pregnant. If we're not going to have a baby, let's get a puppy. And Thor's like, do you really want a puppy? Because you hate puppies. And I'm like, I do. I hate potty training puppies. I hate
The biting stage.
Everything.
Chewing. Yep.
Oh, Daisy.
Finnegan and Dudley both just like ate so much stuff, like half the house. And so I'm just like, I really don't want any of that. So I'm looking forward to having Casey so I can get like my puppy fix in, but also like not have my own puppies. So
You could have come with us. We had 6 dogs on our vacation.
Oh my God.
Oh, I just would have loved them so much. I just would have laid there and pet them all.
Holy shit, they're all terrors is what they are.
I love them.
That's how Daisy missed Matt.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
And we have our privacy fence now, like the 6 foot. So the dogs stay outside all day long. They stay outside and then they come in at night and they are in their kennels. So they're pretty much just like outside or in their kennels, but especially when he was gone. Cause I'm like, I didn't spend a lot of time like sitting on the couch watching TV, which is the only time they really like hang out with us. I read, as we talked
Very
about.
nice.
I read books the whole time he was gone. So anyways, so Daisy, one day I texted Matt and I was like, well, Daisy just ate the hose and like chewed it in half. So like the hose, like the end with the sprayer on it that I was using to, fill up the outdoor water bowl is now not attached to like the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I'm like, well, now the hose is in 4 pieces.
It's not getting
Now
better.
it's in 6 pieces. So you're going to need to buy a new hose when you get
Well,
home.
at least she's just stuck to the hose. Hopefully.
No, but that...
It was one of the items.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a beer can she chewed up. Like Matt was grilling out
Oh,
on, I think Sunday. He's been doing like protein meal prep, and he cooks his nasty deer meat and his chicken breasts and stuff in his grill one day a week, and then he eats it for lunch. And so he had a beer that I had got him for Father's Day, a 12-pack, and he's drank one. But he left the can, I guess, on the grill, like just while he was going in and out of the house. But he'd finished the beer,
And she got it.
and the can. I hope she didn't eat it. I mean, it's only a piece of the can that's left. So
I mean, I guess you'll find out.
I mean, I think labs have pretty tough stomachs. But oh my God,
Dudley used to do that. He used to get the canned cat food. And so he'd eat through the can, eat all the cat food, but then he'd like chew on the can until it was flat.
Oh.
And like you couldn't ever tell, like, is the whole can there? Is it not all there? Is
Yeah.
the dog gonna like
Right.
cut open his intestines and be bleeding internally? Don't know. Guess we'll find out. I mean, he's still alive today, so like we got through that phase, thankfully. But yeah, he would just like chew the cans all the way down flat.
Oh my gosh. Coda just chews her toys. Cameron will get her a new toy and it's gone in the first 20 minutes. And then Cameron's like, really? I just bought
Yep.
that. I'm like,
Like she
stop
didn't know.
buying
Yeah.
those things for her because
Yeah.
she does it. And then Sally just lays there. She don't care. As long as she's inside, she doesn't care.
that's Ember and Andy are so good. I mean, because they're older, and
Yeah.
so they don't do any of those bad things.
Yeah.
Ember's bad thing was jumping the fence, which she can't do now. But Daisy she's a counter surfer.
Yeah.
She is, which is one of the reasons that they just stay out all day, because the high chair, they're really bad about getting on Goldie's high chair and eating anything. And you say no, and she'll get down, but then she gets right back up. So
Yeah.
it's not like there's really no like repercussions for her for doing it. And Goldie just squawks at her. So, so that's right now. There's just too much food out in the house that they have to stay out until she learns she's not going to counter surf anymore.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, I'm glad we got this chance to catch up.
Yes.
Everybody out there at home, check in with us on the Facebook. Tell us how you're doing. We're going to be working on a whole new season of shows. So send us your episode ideas. You can post them in our Facebook group, Hot Mess Roundtable, or you can email them to us, hotmessroundtable@gmail.com. But give us your ideas for episodes, drinks to make, anything you want to give us feedback. Tell me how bad the sound is. Did the blankets work or not?
I think it sounds pretty good. I mean, just
It sounds good sitting here.
yeah.
I hauled all these comforters up. I can't remember if I said that or not, but I hauled all these extra comforters up and now we're sitting in a little blanket for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
All right. Everybody have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.